Right, welcome back to Fly Fishing Rutland Water. It's day 3 on the Skeena and we're back in the same spot we've been fishing for the last couple of days. But by now we've kind of got an idea where the holding points are for the fish. And this isn't like reservoir fishing where you keep moving and trying different spots. Here it's about finding a spot where the fish hold and then learning how to fish it properly. And it's been different every day. So in this spot here, I've just had an absolutely beautiful sockeye salmon. I'll show you the video of that later on. What I'm doing now is it's too hot to be recording all the time. So I'm kind of not recording. Then if I get a fish, I'm recording it on the cameras. The guides are great help for doing stuff like that. And then I'll show you the beat and tell you the story of kind of how I'm fishing it, how I'm thinking my way through this with the expert help of the guides here as well, obviously, just so you can get an indication as to how this is slightly different. I've changed rods now. I'm now on a double hander. One of the guys in the group loaned me his Sage. It's about 15 years old, so it's a kind of softer blank than the new ones. So I've been kind of revitalising my spey casting. But you don't fish like traditional Scottish spey casting. So I'll take you out there and show you how this works and how really the simplest changes can be the difference. I've had a good few takes this morning and I've had 2 big fish on that are both lost, which is the story of this trip at the moment. I've lost a lot of big fish here, but again, that's when you go big river fishing. That's the kind of thing that's going to happen. But I have hooked quite a lot of big proper fish, which is great. But let's go out in the water and I'll tell you a bit about how we go about doing this stuff.
I'm on the net at the moment.
Oh, I didn't think it was going to work. I was really tired, I was struggling. I was about just to quit. I moved in a bit, like you said. Yep. They haven't got as much of a knuckle on the tail, have they?
No, they don't.
Right, this is a sockeye. So the rod it's a double handed 13.5 foot double spey rod. There's a floating line on it with a 12 foot T20 Rio sink tip, and it goes down like a flipping stone. I think I said in the earlier videos, you have to be literally dragging the bottom to get these fish, and that's why you need something like this cone head. And actually the water is very, very low, so I'd actually tied this fly on a low water salmon fly, which is really ideal for these conditions. Now, let's get out and have a go. Now the trick here is to try and find the edge of the drop off. So you need to wade a bit, but you don't want to wade just too much. I tend to find that this is probably about right. Maybe a little bit too much actually. I'll go back a little bit. Now, the spot I want to be fishing in, if you look at the river here, you can see there's the river at the other side, about probably 20 yards out, is a bit slower. There's a faster bit of current in here, and the trick is to hit your fly on the edge of the fast current. If you go too far, what you end up with is a big bow in the line, because it's moving faster in the middle than it is at the point. So I'll just do a couple of casts. I had this really off pattern working really well for a little while, so let's see if we can get it working again. It's classic spey casting, but I've got to get the line distance. I caught the fish because I brought the line in a bit. So yeah, that's it. I want to hit just the edge of that current. I think there's a big boulder in here as well, which is helping. And then what we do, this is really interesting. In classic spey casting, you would cast at 45 degrees, that's a rubbish one. You would cast at 45 degrees down the river and let the fly come over at a 45-degree angle. Now here, you do it differently. You bring the line in, you bring it upstream as normal, but you drop it on the edge of the current, but you go straight out at 90 degrees. And you let the line come around, and just as it comes to about 11 o'clock, you start pulling in slowly and then fast. And apparently, that's what makes the fish take. The fish that took just after I did the fast pull. So we basically go downstream to get the line under control, up, round, out, straight out. That's too far. Mend the line, so I need to get some line in here because we don't want to be that far out. Let it come around. When we get to about 11 o'clock, bring it in slowly and then fast. And that transition from slow to fast is what made the fish take. I've been doing the standard stuff where you just let the fly land and stop and getting nothing. As soon as I put that action into the fly, it's a different game altogether. One of the guys, Kevin, showed me that yesterday, and it is absolutely phenomenal. And the way he showed it to great effect, because he came in the river, did it to show me, and caught a fish both times he showed me. So when he was demonstrating, he caught the fish. Now let's try and keep the line up a little bit. Then we do the slow pull, fast pull, and out. Now if you're really good at this, you can do it left-handed. I did that one left-handed. So it comes around, 11 o'clock, slow, fast, get the loop out, back out again. And it's robotic. You can actually get cast after cast after cast. Now these steelhead and chinook and goodness knows what else are coming through here, they are all on the move. So as they come through, the more casts you can get into the water, the more chance you have of getting a fish. It's hard doing it left-handed. What I've been doing is right-handed. I'll come up, do the right-handed, throw it out, 90 degrees, change hands, go left-handed, 90 bring it in from 11 o'clock, then fast, change hands, because I've got a tip on, I need to get the line on the surface, round, back out to 90 degrees. That's perfect. Round to about 11 o'clock, start this fast, slow retrieve into the fast retrieve. Try a left-handed one, not too great. We'll go back down again. Up, round, out. 90 degrees perfectly. Let the line come up, come around. 11 o'clock, slow, then fast. Now you can go ages without catching a fish because you're waiting for a run of fish to come through. So you can't expect it to be like a fish a chuck because we're not fishing for 2 pound stockies at Rutland Water. Slow, fast, and you've also got to keep the rod tip horizontal as you pull the fly through the water. That's absolutely critical. Round. That's it. Left-handed. 11 o'clock. Slow, then fast. On the surface. Round, round, and out. Mend the line. Slow, fast, and out. You can actually get the change of the hands pretty fast once you get used to it. But that slow, fast movement is essential. Slow, fast, out, back in. Slow, fast, again, up, round. Oh, that's not good. Never cast the fly when the D loop is in front of you. That is just asking for trouble. You want that fly to land there and then out. Perfect. 11 o'clock. Slow, fast, out. Get the line on the surface with a false cast. round, and then out again. Okay, maybe go a little bit further. It's really busy today. There's a lot of locals around, so we've really had to, I wouldn't say fight, but we've had to manoeuvre to get into the spot that we know the fish have been holding in the last couple of days, and you're really just waiting for someone to move, and if they're in a spot that you want, you get in there straight away. And basically today, I am not moving. I will be anchored to the spot like a heron. Slow, fast. There's been more fish being caught off the point today, which has been okay, but it's not been as good down there. If you see, look down there, there's the point of the sand spit. There's a couple fishing down there, and they've been doing pretty well today. In fact, they just beat us to this point, so they literally got the pick of where to fish because we were 15 minutes too late this morning. We decided to have 15 minutes extra in bed to help fight the jet lag, and we lost prime mover advantage. Got sandwiches for lunch today, but I daren't stop to take them because as soon as I move, someone else will be in here. Slow, fast. The rest of our group are much further up in the slacker water, which I really don't fancy today. It got quieter yesterday as it warmed up. It's currently 10 past 10. We started fishing this morning. Well, we got up at 4:30, breakfast at 5, and we were in the cars for 5:15. We should have been down at the jetty for 5:15 because you're allowed to leave at 5 o'clock, and we were just a little bit too late. And if we'd been there, we would have been first because our boat is miles faster than the one that's carrying those people over there. So we would have literally just sped past them and grabbed the best spot. Yeah, I've just said that in the video, you cannot go out. You leave the water at your peril. No lunch today, David. Again. David fished for 8 hours solid yesterday in the one spot. And he got a fabulous steelhead, which I think I've already showed you, but I'll show you it again. Slow, fast. And then what's going on? Let's have a look at the there's something wrong with this fly here. I'm not happy with how it's sitting. There's been something different about today compared to the other 2 days because there's been fish getting caught consistently in here, but today it's been really sporadic. Poetry in motion. And actually, I had a good chat with the guide, which I'll put in now, just talking about the tactics and why we went from not catching fish to catching fish, and also learning about how to read this particular bit of the water. All right, I'll grab.
Nice looking fly.
I tied that up myself. It's my own design. I was looking at all the ones on the websites.
Yeah, purple
and I thought,
black, man.
Yeah.
Purple and blue, green and blue, or black. You know, darker colors when it's clear.
I landed that with a knot in my leader as well.
Yeah.
I might.
Definitely seems like a little more effort to put your rod out there than most of the rods I've been using.
It's an older rod, yeah. You've got to really think about it, haven't
I
you?
think maybe it needs more a heavier head.
You think so?
Yeah. I think so. Or something. It just seems like more effort.
Well, this is Gary's rod that he loaned me,
Yeah.
and he's never used it. It's never. The rod is now officially christened. It's a Sage Blanc that he's built a rod around, but I think he said it's about 15 years old, so it's one of the older Blancs.
Yeah, I think you just need a heavier head is what I think. Is this head is too light.
Right.
To make it a little more effortless for you. Load the rod up better, right?
I'm going to take that leader off, because if there's a knot in it, that's just asking for trouble, isn't it?
Yeah.
As Kevin was saying the other day as well, it's like you find your spot is learning how to kind of get the line fishing in that spot just right so it's coming across the fit. And it's like you've got to, it's like looking at the ripple, getting an idea of the depth, when to bring it fast.
Get the right number head on there and the right amount of feet. Right? Sometimes you need a little more weight, sometimes you need a little less weight to get it just right.
Because I was snagging the bottom quite a bit, but I think I've now got the retrieve right, so I'm keeping it up and above them without snagging the big boulders all the time.
Yeah.
See folks, you're getting some insight into client-guide interactions. Right, so this is the fly that did the damage. It's a pattern of my own creation. Purple and black, I don't know what it's called, but we use cone heads for fishing on reservoirs quite a lot. I've used them for years, and so when I saw there was a lot of cone heads, I thought that's probably where they came from and then made it across to the UK reservoirs as well.
Yeah, that gold cone head on there is money, man. Gold is a good colour.
Yeah?
My favourite.
Does that actually make it even more attractive, does it?
You betcha. I think so. A little bit of flash on there.
Right, I think that we should be ready to go then. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're a star, Ronald. There's definitely a big boulder in here because I was catching it earlier and I think the fish are sitting behind that boulder. Slow, fast, and out. But I've lost where that boulder is because I came out the water and I don't know if I'm in exactly the same spot. I should have marked it in some way. We're fishing till 2 o'clock today. I think that's 2 hours too long because only mad dogs and Englishmen stay out in the midday sun. And it's 30 degrees here. Which I guarantee you're not getting back home in the UK. You don't need to wade very far here. Just really want to wade up to the point where you can start to see the boulders because the fish are often lying where David is standing there. You catch the fish probably about 5 yards further out than him. So we don't have to go very far out to get into the zone. And there's the rocks. That tells. Oh, it's a fish! Oh, we're in again. Oh, it's off. Ah, dear. No, it's still on. Or is it? No, it's the bottom. That's the bottom I'm on now. Yeah, I've got the bottom. I thought I'd snagged a rock. It was a fish. A rockfish. Just as I said where they were sitting, that's where the fish took, in exactly that spot. At least I got a take on film. I got a take on film. Left hand. Slow, fast. For the first 2 hours, I really wasn't getting anything, and I have to say, I really didn't have any confidence today. I thought today was going to be one of those days where it just wasn't going to work. Slow, fast. Slow, fast. I know it's getting repetitive, but I've got to say it to myself to make sure that I do it. Because that's what's been... There's another thing that's been working. Believe it or not, a piece of white wool tied around a bare hook with a swivel above it. And apparently it looks like flesh. It looks like a piece of dead fish coming past. And the fish have been absolutely murdering it. So at some point I'll show you how to catch a fish on a white wool fly. Slow, fast, and out. That was nearly a left-handed cast. Another fish off the point. Point's been fishing well today. This is David. Gary gave me the rod.
I'm the cut steeler.
Yeah, the one that got the monster steelhead. We've got Tony. Hey, yeah, you've beaten Tony Mould, the monster catcher. Yours was bigger, and it was a proper fish.
I can't big bugger all today.
It's funny, they're tentative. I mean, I've had loads of knocks and...
I haven't. I've had absolutely zero, really, except for the first 3 this morning.
But you've had takes, haven't you? And you've lost a couple.
I had one on the beach, but I've not had any success for hours. So what do you reckon then?
Pink work, so I've got that on.
Well, that's good, isn't it? Well, so that type of one, yeah?
Oh, sorry, it's coming up.
Give me a look, sorry.
That's what I caught the first one on. Right. So is that a sockeye then, is it?
Yeah, that's a sockeye.
The last sockeye I had was nothing like as nice as that.
Yeah, that's a beauty.
See, he's a slippery devil, isn't he? Whoop. Sockeye salmon, number 2. I did the speeded it up. That's the first time I did the slow pull, then the fast pull.
Yeah?
And I just absolutely hammered it on the slow pull.
Yeah, it was right in the mouth too.
Yeah. Was it right in the scissors, was it?
Yeah.
Needs a wee bit of time to go back. Oh, there he goes. He's even staying for a picture.
Just getting his breath back.
Yeah. He did put up a good fight though, didn't he? So
Yeah. There he goes.
well, thanks for coming back out fly fishing with Rutland Water. Another beautiful day on the Skeena. Another fish. Hard fought fish, but another fish nonetheless. If you've liked this video, please make sure you hit the like button. And I'd be delighted if you would subscribe to the channel to see more of my fishy adventures. Thanks for watching.